welcome to business statistics class. So in yesterday's class we had seen methods to find initial basic feasible solution. There were three methods. One is northwest corner rule, matrix minima method or low cost entry method, and the last one was Vogel's approximation method. So today we'll understand it better with the help of a problem. So the first question is, a cement company has three production centers A, B and C, where the monthly production capacities are 250, 300 and 400 tons respectively. There are four dealers P, Q, R and S who require 200, 225, 275 and 250 tons of cement every month. The transportation costs that is given for rupees per ton from the factories to the dealers are as follows. So here the rows indicate, so this is dealers which is PQRS and these are factories ABC. So the cost for per ton from factory A to P is 14, from factory A to Q is 13 rupees per ton, and so on. They have given the cost matrix. So whatever is given in this box is called as cost matrix. So they have given the amount. So now the sub questions are: write down the transportation problem, find the solution by northwest corner rule, find the solution by matrix minima method, and find the solution by Vogel's approximation method. So first let us understand the question. They have given there is a cement company with three production centers at three different places. So they have named those production centers or factories to be A, B and C, and they have given what are the production capacities per month. That is, factory A produces 250 tons of cements every month, factory B produces 300 tons of cement every month, and factory C produces 400 tons of cement every month. Along with this, they have given there are four dealers who has to purchase cement from this cement company, and what are the requirements of these dealers is also given. So the dealer P requires 200 tons of cement every month, dealer Q requires 225 tons, and dealer R requires 275, and S requires 250 tons of cement every month. And the first sub question they have asked is to formulate the transportation problem. So they have asked to write a transportation problem wherein you have to add all these in the table. That is, what is the capacity and what is the requirement. So first column will be for writing given factory. So you have to write this information. So there are three factories A, B and C. Here you have to write whatever is given, that is the dealers PQRS, and this is the cost matrix which is given in the question. Additional to this, you have to write the capacity and requirement. So what is the production or the capacity of factory A? It is 250. For factory B it is 300, and for factory C it is 400. And what is the requirement of P? It is 200, and so on. You have to write the requirement in the below row, and capacity you have to write in an additional column. So don't write capacity over here and requirement over here. It is not correct, because capacities are for the factory A, B and C. Therefore you have to make another column, and requirement is for the dealers, so you have to write in the below row. So this is the formulation of a transportation problem. So now we have to find out the initial basic feasible solution by three methods. So first sub question is to find out by northwest corner rule method. So make a table and write all these values with the cost matrix. make each cell neatly with a good space so that you can make the allocations. So in northwest corner rule, the first step is to take the first cell which is to the northwest side. So this is your first cell which is the northwest cell. So now you have to make one allocation over here. So to make the allocation, what you have to check is which is minimum between the AI and BJ. So in these two values, it is clear that 200 is less than 250. Therefore, in this box you have to fill 200. Now this whole dealer requirement is fulfilled by factory A. So now factory A produces 250 tons. In that you already allocated 200 tons to dealer B. So how much is remaining? You are remaining with 50 tons of cement. Now once this whole column is exhausted, move towards the next cell, that is cell 1 2. So in this cell again you have to check which to make an allocation which is minimum between AI and BJ. Sorry, here it is not AI, it is EI minus X11. So X11 is 200. What we have done, 250 minus 200, we got 50. This is nothing but AI minus X11 comma B2. So in this two, which is minimum? 50 is minimum between 225 and 50. Therefore in this box you have to write 50. Now this means factory A has sold all its cement, so it has given to factory P, dealer P and Q. So this whole first row and first column is exhausted. Next one is come to the next cell which is to the northwest corner. So this is the cell which is to the northwest corner. Now again repeat the same steps. Now you have to check, and here the Q requirement is 225. Out of 225 already 50 is allocated. So it is 225 minus 50, you get 175. If you want you can write these values in pencil. So now to allocate in this you have to check which has minimum value. It is 175 and 300. Therefore 175 is the minimum, write it in this box. So this one is exhausted and here it is 300 minus 175 is 125. So move to the next cell. So allocate between 125 and 275 whichever has minimum value. So 125 has minimum value, so allocate it in the box. So this whole thing is exhausted and 275 minus 125 you get 150. So now you have to allocate to this cell which is to the northwest corner. So among 400 and 150 whichever is minimum, write it in this box. So it is 150. So again this is also exhausted and 400 minus 150 is 250. So in the last box you can see the requirement is 250 and the remaining capacity is 250. Therefore allocate it as 250. So this is how you have to make the allocations. So the complete explanation is given here. So in the cell 1 the allocation made is the minimum of AI and BJ. So minimum is 200. So you have to make this allocation and you have to subtract whatever allocation is made in the AI. Suppose you are making allocation, so here it was 250 and here it was 200. So allocation made is 200 but this is completely exhausted and 50 is remaining. So you have to come to the next row. So we'll see that in the next class. So as of now remember this. So I'll quickly revise. The first step is to take the cell 1 1 which is to the northwest corner rule. Check which is minimum between A1 and B1. So allocated that value in this box. Next here 200 is the allocated value. So this P dealer requirement is fulfilled. So next we will move to the next cell. So here 50 is remaining, so that 50 is allocated. So this factory A capacity is over. So we come to the next cell. Here it is 175 because 225 minus 50 is made. For this cell again check which is minimum between 175 and 300. So we are assigning 175. Dealer Q requirement is completed. So it is 125 now. Now check between 125 and 275, whichever is minimum you enter in the box. So this value is completed. So 275 minus 125 is 150. So 150 and 400, the minimum is 150, allocated here. So this one is completed, and you're remaining with 250 over here. So the last box is 250. This is just the allocation. The next step is to find the transportation cost, that is the optimal transportation cost that we have made by this allocation. So and here the rest of the cell, the allocation will be 0 0. So even this is 0 0 0. So here let us write it from factory, whatever allocations you have made. So the first allocation is from factory A to factory P. So allocation is from factory A to factory B, and how much tons are being provided, whatever is given in this box you have to write. So we are providing 200 tons of cement from A to B. The next allocation is from A to Q, 50 tons. You can see from A to Q you are allotting 50 tons. Next one would be from factory B to dealer Q you are allotting 175. From factory B to R you are allotting 125. From factory C to R it is 150 tons. From factory C to S it is 250 tons. So total tons allotted is 950. Now we can find out the cost, which is 200 into 14. So this 14 is nothing but cost of transportation for 1 ton of cement. So similarly you are selling 200 tons of cement, therefore the cost would be 200 into 14. For this it is 15 into 13, 175 into 18, 125 into 14, 150 into 13, and 250 into ton. So multiply by all, and when you take the summation of the cost you get the total transportation cost. So it is 12,800. So this table is given for your understanding, and it would be better if you make a table which gives a clear picture of your solution, or else what you can do is you can write total transportation cost is equal to 200 into 14 plus 15 to 13 plus 175 into 18, so on up to 250 into 10. You have to multiply the values and then add, that is to take the summation. So if you solve till here, then you have completed the first sub question asked, that is to find the solution by northwest corner rule method. So next we will solve by matrix minima method or lowest cost entry method. So in this step, write the table as it is from the formulated transportation problem. The first step is to find out whichever value is least in the cost matrix. So among these values, the lowest value is 8. So it is not clear. So this is our transportation problem, formulated transportation problem. In this you have to find out whichever is the lowest value. So here lowest value is 8. So for that cell you have to make the allocations. So make a box, and the lowest value between 250 and 350 is 250. Therefore you are making allocation as 250. For that cell, corresponding AI and BJ value has to be seen, not other cell values of AI and BJ. So in matrix minima method, the first step is to take the lowest value in the entire cost matrix. Whichever is the lowest value, for that allocation has to be made. So we have made for dealer X from factory B 250 tons of cement is provided. So factory B is remaining with 50 tons of cement. So make another column. So this is the first box. Now you have to make another wherein you have to delete this entire dealer because his requirement is completely filled. Now we are remaining with columns P, Q, R, factories A, B and C. So write these values as it is, and here out of 300 you have already sold 250 tons, so remaining is 50 tons. So once you get this table, again repeat the same step. In the cost matrix, check whichever value is minimum and make the allocations. Here you can see the minimum value is 13 and there are two cells which has cost matrix as 13. You can make allocation to anyone. So they have given at least one of these cells, maximum allocation is made. So let us make to the first cell which has 13 the allocation. So here you have to check between 225 and 250, whichever is least you have to make the allocation. So here 225 is the least value. So this entire Q dealer has completed his requirement. So in the next table you have to delete Q, write the remaining dealers which is P and R, and out of 250 from factory A 225 tons of cement is sold. So the remaining is 25. You have to write it. Now again repeat the same step, check whichever has the least value in the cost matrix. Here 13 is the least value. Now you have to make the allocation. So here 275 is the least value, minimum value, so allocation is made. So this R term table is completely vanished because dealer has completed his requirement. So now out of 400, 275 is already exhausted by factory C, so remaining is 125. So now there is only one dealer, so he gets 25 tons of cement from factory A, 50 tons of cement from factory B and 125 tons of cement from factory C, because here the next lowest value is 14. You have to take value between 25 and 200, minimum is 25 value. So similarly here the next remaining value would be 175, and again the lowest value is 16 and here the minimum is 50. It is allocated. So in 175 you are allocating 50, so 125 is remaining. So you get 125, 125, so that has been allocated to factory P, dealer P by factory C. So the rest of the cells where allocation is not made, it is considered to be 0. Again you can write the solution in terms of table as I said for whichever value. So check in the first table, here you are making allocation for the cell B to S. So B to S you are selling 250 tons, so it is 250 into 14 because that is the cost price. So there is some typing mistake, so what you do, it is 250 into 8. Then from the next one is allocation is made from A to Q with 225 tons, so it is 225 into 13 and so on, and add the values, you get the total cost. To verify this answer it is same or not, I am not sure. So because it should be 250 into 8, so it is 250 into 8. So this allocation is completed. Next one is 225 into 13, So it is plus 425 into 13 plus the next allocation made is 275 into 13. So it is 275 into 13 plus 25 into 14, 25 into 14 plus it is 50 into 16, 50 into 16 plus, and the last allocation made is 125 into 21, 125 into 21. So you got the same answer. Maybe there is some typing mistake in the first one. It is 12,275. So that is the total cost of transportation by matrix minima method. So this is the method used to find initial basic feasible solution. I'll repeat the steps once again. Explanation is given. So write the formulated transportation problem. In the cost matrix, check whichever value is minimum, and for that value make the allocation. So allocation is made between minimum value of the requirement and its capacity of its corresponding cell. Once you make the allocation, delete the complete column or row. So here the column is deleted, and here instead of 300 you have to subtract whatever allocation is made. You have to make the changes in the next table. Again repeat the same steps till the requirement and the capacity is fulfilled. So this is the matrix minima method. Now we will see the last method, that is Vogel's approximation method. So in this we are introducing penalty. So we had discussed in the last class. So first step is to formulate. Now in the first row check the least value, which is 13. What is the next least value, which is 14? So you have to take the difference between these two. So 14 minus 13 is 1. Make an extra column which is penalty. So 14 minus 13 is 1. Similarly for the next row, check the least value, which is 18. The next least value is 14. Take the difference. So it is 14 minus 8, it is 6. It is written. Similarly for C, the least value is 10. The next least is 13. So it is penalty as 3. So we have completed penalty for all the rows. Now we will check penalty for all the columns. So make another row in the bottom and write it as penalty. So in this column check the lowest value, which is 14. The next lowest value is 16. Take the difference and allocate it as a penalty. So 2. Similarly here least value is 13. The next is 18. So it is 5, 1 and 2. Allocation is made for P, Q, R, S and A, B, C. Don't calculate penalty for A, I and B, J also. So once you get the penalty column as well as row, you have to check where is the highest penalty. So here the highest penalty is 6. So you have to check what is the lowest cost entry in that particular row. In 6 is the highest penalty. So this row has to get an allocation. In this, to make an allocation, you have to choose the cell which has the lowest cost value. So it is 8. So make the allocation. So to make the allocation, again you have to check the minimum value between AI and BJ. So it is 250. So 250 is allocated and S is vanished, and here it is 50. So now again make another table wherein this S column is completely exhausted. Now the remaining is PQR. Again calculate penalties for rows as well as columns. So here lowest value is 13, the next one is 14, so penalty is 1. Similarly find out penalty, check whichever has the highest penalty. So again the highest penalty is over it is in the row 8. So the allocation is made in these three values wherever they have lowest cost value. So it is 13. You have to make allocation between 275 and 400. So the lowest cost is 275. Therefore R is exhausted. So you are remaining with PQ, and here it is 400 minus 275 is 125. It is written in the next table. Again calculate penalty for the value. So it is 14 minus 13 1, 16 18 minus 16 is 2, 24 minus 21 is 3, and again here you have to calculate penalties. So it is 2 and 5. So now you have to check where the highest penalty is obtained. So here highest penalty is over here 5. So you have to make allocation in this column wherever the lowest value is there. So the lowest value is at 13. So allocation is made here. So it is between 225 and 250. Minimum is 225. So therefore this entire dealer requirement is completed. So it is exhausted, and here out of 250 225 is already provided. So remaining is 25. So once you get it, then you can make allocation, because there is only one dealer remaining. He gets the remaining stock. So he gets 25 from factory A, and then so it is 175 remaining. You don't have to show this, you can just directly allocate. So between 175 150, the least is 50, so allocate it. So 125 is remaining. Therefore for the last cell, the requirement and the capacitor is fulfilled. Again you can make the same steps to find out the solution by Vogel approximation method. So the first allocation is made from factory A. So you can see the first allocation is made from factory B to factory S, which is 250 into 8. So make it, I think there is some mistake in this. So just like I showed in the previous, wherever the allocation is made into the cost given, and here you have to take from which factory the allocation is made to which dealer, and take the total, you get the total cost. That is the solution. So in Vogel's approximation method, any row or column penalty is the increase in transportation cost per unit code if in the place of lowest cost the next higher cost is chosen. And this is an important note here, summation AI is equal to summation Bj. Only if this condition is satisfied, the above methods can be applied. So you can see when you add all these values you get 950, as well as when you add all the AI values you get 950. Therefore summation AI is equal to summation Bj. Therefore we can apply all the three methods. The third important note is, in above all the solutions the number of allocation made is 6. This is same as m plus n minus 1, which is 3 plus 4 minus 1 is 6. Therefore all the above basic feasible solutions are non-degenerate. So what is m and n? M is number of origins, so it is 3, and n is number of requirements or destinations, so it is 4. So 4 plus 3 is 7, so minus 1 is 6. If you remember the definition of non-degenerate, we say a solution is non-degenerate if it is m plus n minus 1 allocations are made. So you get m plus n minus 1 as 6, and let us see how many allocations we have made in each things. So it is 1 2 3 4 5 6. See, we can see the 6 allocations is made. Therefore we can say it as non-generate. Similarly, by matrix minima method also 6 allocations are made, and by Vogel's approximation method also 6 allocations are made. Therefore we can say non-degenerate. If there is at least one less allocation met, then we say it as degenerate. So I hope the concepts are clear. The solution is very easy if you understand the steps. Anyhow, in the notes, all the explanation is given. In the next class, we'll solve one more problem on all the three methods. Thank you.